Summer is officially here, metalheads. How the hell did that happen? It feels like this year has been flying by. I swear yesterday was New Year's. Yet the swampy moisture dampening my ass right now and the sweet, sweet smell of ugh lets me know that yes, it's indeed summertime. And you know what that means? It's time to space out at work, not pay attention in class, and ignore all of your responsibilities because it's festival season, baby. Screw your homework and those TPS reports. All you can think about is kick-ass loud music, dusty black t-shirts, flying hair, and bad decisions. First-time festival attendees are hypnotized by the excitement of breaking their festival cherries, and festival veterans are filled with anticipation and have begun having wartime-esque flashbacks of campground belligerency every time someone cracks open a beer. But along with the excitement of going to a festival, as it's getting closer, you'll start to realize, oh shit, this is really happening. And you realize you have to pack. Don't get so excited of meddling out that you forget to bring any supplies and you find yourself soaked and hungry, sleeping in cold mud for 3 days. How much fun you have at a metal festival can depend greatly on what supplies you bring with you. A couple of times when I was younger, I ventured off with not much supplies, thinking I'd be fine, and I was wrong, it sucked. But you don't need to endure a summer festival that's less fun and more Lord of the Flies, for I have gathered here a list of everything you'll need to make sure you're well prepared and ready to party. This is Packing for Festivals Beginner's Guide. Headbang the like button, stage dive onto the subscribe button, and windmill the video to your friends. If you're a fan of the channel and you'd like to show your support, consider becoming a member. Memberships are only 99 cents a month, and each one really helps me toward my goal of creating a life-size Godzilla to invade Canada. And now, take out a pen and paper, class, and write this shit down so you don't forget everything you need to survive a metal festival. First up, you're gonna need a big old bag for your stuff. How much depends on you and where you're going and how high maintenance you are. Honestly, most of the time, I'm good with just a decent sized travel backpack. You can fit about 2 weeks worth of supplies in here if you're creative. I like these because travel backpacks are made specifically to fit under airplane seats, so you don't have to worry about checking any luggage. But most normal people, unlike me, will probably want something bigger like one of these or a duffel bag. Just remember that whatever luggage you bring with you, you have to carry around with you everywhere you go. The backpack makes more sense now, doesn't it? Now that you got that, now it's time to pack, and right off the bat, the first thing you need to make sure you remember is clothes. Kind of an important one, although to be fair, often you don't need much once you're at the festival. There will be plenty of people walking around more than halfway naked, much to the displeasure of everyone else. Nevertheless, at least bring the basics. You'll want a handful of your most offensive band t-shirts. How many depends on how long the festival you're going to is. I usually do about 1 t-shirt per day. Throw a tank top in there and either a long sleeve or a light jacket, because summer festivals can be hot as fuck during the day and cold as shit at night. I've definitely gone from sunburnt and drenched in sweat to absolutely shaking in the cold because I thought, nah, I'll be fine. I pretty much live in gym shorts when I'm at festivals, but a pair of jeans goes a long way at night. Pro tip here, you know what's really useful for festivals? Kilts. A kilt will keep you covered and comfy at the same time. And if you get one with pockets, you can sneak all kinds of things around with you. Footwear is extremely important at these exhaustive summer celebrations. A comfortable pair of hiking shoes is highly recommended. Maybe some comfy foot support like gelin if you're over 30. A sturdy pair of boots is strongly recommended as well. Even if you're not partaking in moshing, you'll still be walking past thousands of people and will inevitably get stepped on from time to time. Only you can prevent your feet from looking like an abused crash test dummy, so you can't go wrong with a nice set of sturdy stompers. Next to that, something that can be really handy are flip-flops. If you need to run to the bathroom at night or you're using a public shower in the campground, they help a lot and they don't take much room at all, so just throw them in. And of course, if you have one, now is the time to get your battle jacket and earn its namesake. It is your armor you wear with honor into the Metal Kingdom. Next to clothes, the second most important item to pack is undoubtedly sunscreen. If you're as white as me, you'll be fried into a boiled lobster after 20 minutes, making the rest of your festival adventure rather painful and peely. So don't forget it. The sun is often a brutal motherfucker to us headbanging heathens, so I also recommend sunglasses. Never leave home without them. And some type of head cover, whether it's a baseball cap, a black cowboy hat, a bandana, or an astronaut helmet. Just do your best to not enter the festival raw and come out of it extra crispy. The next item on the list is something many metalheads have never heard of, or if they have, they may even be frightened by it at first, but I promise you all it will be okay. This thing here is called deodorant. And what it does is it turns all of your bad smells into good smells. Everyone knows the official aroma of a metal show is that of a decaying dumpster rat, but god damn it folks, it's 2024, be the change you want to smell in the world. Now that you all smell like living creatures, the next thing to make sure you don't forget is money. Unfortunately, everything at festivals costs money. Food costs money, water costs money, beer costs money, merch costs money, and most festivals have tons of vendors selling cool shit. So you'll probably end up getting drunk and buying at least 3 band t-shirts and a sword, and that stuff adds up. Obviously, how much money you'll need depends on you and your spending habits, but do try to have enough on hand to make sure you're not starving to death just so you can see obituary. Speaking of which, water. Bring water. Most festivals now at least let you bring in an empty water bottle and you can refill it, so make sure you have that. Alright, now that we know that you'll survive the festival, it might still be important for you to stay connected to people and have your phone available, so consider bringing an extra battery charger. I run into this problem all of the fucking time. I use my phone to look up information and film my videos and use the GPS and rot my brain on social media, so the battery drains quickly and I'm left with juggling 15% battery for the rest of the night. Don't be dumb like me. Get a cheap battery pack. Also, I know we all want to show everyone how metal we are by bashing our ears against the amplifiers for 3 days, but it is important to be safe and protect your hearing by wearing some ear canal condoms, also known as earplugs. I know, we all want to look cool, but you know what's really cool? Hearing. Ask Beethoven. And hey, while you're at a festival, wouldn't you like to know what's going on and when the bands you want to see are playing? Bring a copy of the schedule with you. This should be available online, usually on social media before the festival starts. Now you can just have it on your phone, make it the lock screen background so you can just quickly check it when you turn on your phone. I like to figure out who I'm gonna see and write down my own personal schedule ahead of time. But also most festivals should have the schedule posted around and handed out to everyone too. But wouldn't it suck to go all the way there and miss your favorite band because you weren't paying attention and were too busy dancing on top of a porta potty? Keep a copy of the schedule on hand. At this point in the video, if you are only attending a one-day festival, or if you're not camping at a festival, this is pretty much everything you'll need to survive your fest. So you guys are excused from class, you can go home and start packing now. But for everyone else who is planning on camping at a festival, maybe even traveling overseas for something like Wacken, stay seated, we've got more to go over. And speaking of concerts, before we continue, this brings me right neatly along to the sponsor of this video, me and my band Dark Insanity. We are performing our first festival in Europe called Tolminator, which takes place in Slovenia this summer, and we could really use your help to get there. We have started a GoFundMe to help us get over the pond and bring our metal to the headbangers out there, and any help we could get along the way would be greatly appreciated. Link to the page can be found in the description of this video, as well as links to many other cool things I offer. Anyway, back to the video. Now, no matter how hard you try and how many substances you take, you will need to eventually sleep. So you're going to need a tent. A pretty good one too. You don't gotta get the most bougie glamping hut out there, but do get something decent. Something at least waterproof. Most of Europe's weather system has threats, so no matter what festival it is, better safe than sorry. Not only rain, but so many festivals out there, there's flying tents due to wind, and just, you know, drunken barbarians wandering around in the dark night, tripping and falling on people while they sleep. And if your tent breaks, especially early on at a festival, that is going to suck. You don't gotta get the most sturdy military tent you can find, but just don't go with the cheapest piece of shit Walmart offers either. Next up on the list, a sleeping bag. They're cheap, they're easy to find, not a big deal. Moving on. What you will want, what you'll really be happy you brought with you, is an air mattress. Trust me on this, I've done the research. I used to use just a little pad underneath a sleeping bag and just rough it, and that's it. No, just get a small air mattress and a battery-powered air pump. It is life-changing. You're welcome. Obviously, you want your phone with you, but if you're camping, you'll definitely want to make sure you have your charging cables and extra battery packs. They have some solar battery packs that recharge themselves through the magic of the sun, which you can then use to recharge your phone. Some crazy wizard magic shit. I don't know, man, but it's handy. Speaking of magic, if you are traveling overseas for a festival, they might use different electric magic outlets than your country does, so you definitely want to make sure you have a power converter. This is a little contraption you plug into a foreign electrical outlet, and then you plug your device into the converter, and that way your phone doesn't explode. I have this one right here and it's awesome. I love it. This is not a sponsored item. This is just something I own. It's a power converter that'll work for the US, Australia, Europe, and the UK. It fits any type of charger you have, and it has 2 USB slots to charge from also. It's awesome. Highly recommend. It's called Key Power apparently, but there's plenty of things like this available on the market. Also, if you're going overseas, you need a passport. Get one. Do not lose it. Protect it with your life. Another thing you're going to need if you're camping, which can sometimes be overlooked, you'll need a chair. You'll be spending more time sitting at camp than you probably think you will, even if it's just in the morning before band start. You will want one, trust me. Alright, this next one is not an option. This one is mandatory for everyone watching. You need to bathe. You will get very dirty at metal festivals. For the following week, you'll be sneezing out black shit. You'll need to refresh at least a little bit. Lots of festivals have showers in the campground you can pay a small fee to use. There's products like camping dry soap and shampoo now, or better yet, treat yourself and bring your own damn camp shower. I have one of these and it is a game changer. You just fill up this bag with water, leave it out in the sun to warm up, and boom, you've got your own private shower. Which you can also use as your own private bathroom if you bring your own garbage bag, or it can be used as a drug den. It's very handy. I highly recommend it. But seriously, do some type of bathing, even if it's a simple whore bath with wet wipes. Don't be a dirty hippie. Come on, you're better than that. Add that to the list as well. Wet wipes. Extremely handy when camping. You definitely want these. If you have hair or a beard, you'll want to bring either a brush or a comb. They also sell dry detangler too, for all of you metalheads out there who look like Cousin It. Remember a long time ago when I said to bring water? Well, if you are camping, bring so much water. Bring too much water. It sucks to be in your tent in the middle of the night, or wake up roasting in your tent in the morning, only to have no water immediately nearby. I always get at least 2 giant gallon jugs of water, one for drinking and one more for bathing. Water is good. Water is life. Have a lot of it at your camp. A big recommendation to go along with that, bring snacks and food items that won't go bad outdoors. Sometimes there isn't a food stand open late at night when you're trying to get the world to stop spinning, nor in the morning when you wake up and realize you haven't eaten food in 2 days. You want to bring things like bread, fantastic in a pinch. Honestly, I've had many nights camping at festivals enjoying a midnight snack of just a hot dog bun. I like bringing apples. They stay good and sweet even on hot days. You can bring a huge bag of nuts. I also recommend things like beef jerky and canned goods. My friends used to live off of cold canned ravioli at Vakken back in the day. Not bad, honestly. You'll still need to buy some overpriced festival food eventually, but these kind of things will be greatly helpful to have in your tent. You may not know this, but being healthy and taking care of yourself is metal as fuck, and that's why I recommend bringing vitamins of some kind. Trudging out in the mud for several days while living off of alcohol can often lead you to getting sick and developing scurvy, so help give your immune system a boost. Along with vitamins, you should bring electrolytes. It's what plants crave and it will keep you from getting dehydrated. They have little powder patches and tablets you can just add to a cup of water in the morning. It can very much help you out, and if you're going to a music festival that's out in a desert, it's a necessity. Depending on where you're going, you might want bug spray. It's never been much of a problem for me at festivals I've gone to, but hey, there's mosquitoes and bees and normies out there, so it doesn't hurt to have some repellent on hand just in case. If you're going to a metal festival, you probably like music, so you may want to bring a speaker to jam out to while you're hanging out at camp. It can make for a whole lot of fun as your friends drunkenly fall over themselves while air guitaring to Judas Priest. And last but certainly not least, folks, we come to the final item you absolutely want to make sure you have at a metal festival. The one thing that supersedes everything else on this list: beer. The elixir of metal. If you are like most metalheads, chances are when you go to a festival, you'll be in a competition against your liver over who can live longer. Drinking inside the festival is fun, but can add up quickly. When you're in the campground, you'll see people with entire pallets of cheap beer, like they just raided a Costco. Shit, you know what? Scrap the rest of this list. You don't need a tent if you drink enough beer. That's just science. And there you have it, folks. That is the essentials. Everything you need to survive a metal festival and ensure you enjoy it rather than endure it. What you bring with you in terms of supplies can make such a massive difference in how your experience is. So don't end up having a shit time because you weren't prepared. Is there any items I left out on this list you feel are essential? Let me know in the comments below. Alright, now get to packing, everybody. Class is dismissed. For more from me, check out my band Dark Insanity on Instagram, here on the channel, and now on all streaming platforms. We just released our debut EP, Rabid Psychosis, now available. You can find us on Spotify, on iTunes, on Apple Music, on OnlyFans. We're everywhere. And even more exciting news, I now have official merch available for the channel. Now you can get Why It's Metal and Dark Insanity gear. Everything from shirts, hats, hoodies, beanies, travel bags, stickers. Now you can hide your weed in a bag with my name on it. How cool is that? Go to wyattsmetal.spreadshop.com to see everything available, or you can click on the link in the description of this video. Links to all of my cool stuff can be found in the description below. Anyway, that's it for now, and I'll see you in the next video.